So hi folks, and welcome to the Thimblemilk channel. And this time I want to give you my 5 cents on a really surprising knife I got some time ago. And what I'm talking about is the Helle RaudS. And well, this is it. Look at that. This is a really tiny knife. And while I'm not a big advocate of really huge knives and stuff, I always thought, well, as something as too small, and well, it is. The blade is just some 55 millimeters long, and the handle is some 85. And with my hands, I don't have exactly big hands. You can see that my pinky is resting behind the handle. Good thing you can put a really thin lanyard. There's only a tiny lanyard hole in it. I don't know why, but well, it is the case. But you can put a lanyard on, and you could also secure it like that, and get a little bit of more maneuverability. That said, originally I wasn't too fond of the concept, and I only got it because politicians happened again, and no politics. I'm just leaving it at that. Well, I was thinking about, well, without some sort of cutting implement, I simply feel naked, and they discussed banning everything above a blade length of 6 centimeters in Germany. So this is what I got myself in order not to be completely without a cutting implement. Not for self-defense, mind you. You know my stance on that. And but for maybe peeling an apple, or opening the package of chips, or there are a million uses for a knife. And one of my primary uses for a knife is whittling, as you know. And thing is, I was a little bit skeptical of what it is capable of. And well, Helle is a brand I'm really fond of because they make beautiful knives, and the handle is made from stabilized birch burr, and which is colored red as a homage to traditional Scandinavian designs. It is a really beautiful knife. It's a jewel. It's something you really like to have in your pocket in the best sense of the word. I was, however, a little bit skeptical about the functionality, but I was in for a surprise because look at that. This is a dried oak branch, and well, it doesn't come as a surprise, obviously, that it is a really good carver, but the handle, I thought, was a hindrance maybe, but the thing is, the handle is really chunky, and that really helps your preventing hot spots and fatigue. Also, it is a really great thing that this knife has a locking mechanism. It is a mid-handle back lock, and which is really reassuring, and the construction is rather sturdy and it's really well. No complaints about it, and I have encountered problems with mid-handle backlocks, but not with this one, because well, it is just very well designed, and it is something you enjoy taking to hand. Sometimes I just want to feel this awesome handle, and that's a really good sign. And well, making feather sticks even from an oak branch is nothing really tough or hard, but and you have to take my word for it, that it does a good job. And actually, I own several Helle knives that have a more rounded tip, and this makes this one of my favorite spoon carving knives, because or for little details or something. And let's see, a little bit more force, because it is you can use it for really delicate work too. And if I'm taking a stop cut and making a stop cut, a little bit of a scooping cut, and put on another stop cut and another little cut like that, and those who know me know what I'm about to carve, which really works a cinch with this little one here. I'm doing a fast little wood spirit, nothing fancy, just to show you how cool this knife works. Actually, I really love working with it. You see, it has an advantage over bigger knives because, well, it's really controllable, and it is capable of actually upping your carving game, because you can use it for more delicate tasks. Don't expect wonders now, because I'm just doing it really fast, just for demonstrational purposes. But as you can see, I'm not that multitasking, not one for that great multitasking. So refining that little mouth, and this is something you might want to consider, not just for a knife that you bought because some politician shithead ordered you to. Don't be too obedient. I'm not saying you should break the law, but well, thing is, this little guy here is a legal reason, because, well, I don't think anyone who carves things in the woods will be a felon or something. That's the sad thing about these weapon laws. Anyway, the thing is, the knife doesn't look too threatening, and this is, oh, it broke away. I did it too fast, I just ruined it. But happens to the best of us. Looks a little bit funny now. Flat head. As I said, and after carving hardwood, it's still capable of making fine shavings. The blade is made from 12C27, which is really thoroughly heat treated to really sensible 59 degrees Rockwell. And the thing with Rockwell hardness is it's not the sole criterium for choosing a steel, and a steel can be really resilient and have a good edge holding capability if it has a fine grain. And if you are on the elastic, springy side of hardness, this makes for better stropping capabilities. And this is not the hardest steel there is, but it has carbides in it. It has chromium and don't know exactly. Would have to look at it. Maybe I will make a feature about 12C27, which is still a great steel. It's not 14C28 is might be a little bit better, but well, one of my favorite carving knives, as you well know, is the Victorinox, and most people in the knife nerd community would sneer down their noses about the steel they use. They use some on the older ones. It's just 1.4034, which essentially is 420 with a higher carbon content. And now I think they use on some knives they use 1.4110 German steel, which roughly translates to 440A or 440B, and I think it's B. I think it's 440B because 440A is 4109. But I'm nerding you out, so sorry. But this is considered bread and butter steel. It's not nothing. It's something you don't even find on Chinese knives these days. But if the heat treatment's right, and Victorinox get it wired, and Helle quite certainly too. This is actually, I have never encountered any problems with a Vic, and I never encountered any problems with Helle. Well, not correct. Once I had, but I wrote to Helle and they fixed it all right. They are awesome guys, and well, awesome corporation, small corporation, and Euro corporation, which is a lot about sustainability. No wonder if your corporation is over 100 years old that you get something worried about sustainability and well, sensible ecological responsibility. I say sensible because it's you can't expect them to be some well, they don't have to be all vegan, you know. There's a little difference between being eco-friendly and ideological. So and I'm not talking about vegan food or something, but I'm talking about veganism. I don't like isms. I don't like communism. I don't like fascism. I don't like everything with an ism behind it. Makes me very suspicious, so to say. It's not, but not a political channel, not a channel about the next echo thing, but I hope a little bit helpful. So what can I say? I was actually really surprised by this knife. It's rock solid. You see, doesn't develop any play. Everything rock sturdy. Really good thing if you use it sensible, of course. But even so, you can use it for a poor fellow got a hole in his head. Now you can really use it for a lot of tasks, and it really made me rethink my stand on knives. And well, why should I carry a big bastard of a survival knife into the woods if this is perfectly okay? And if I know see that you don't do this with a folding knife, and if you do, you might want to consider doing it this way, you know, because you put a lot of stress on the locking mechanism. So I did it all wrong. And you see, this is perfectly doable, and still no problem at all. Of course, if I were to batten through something like this, that's don't use it for battening in the first. You don't need to, because if you look at the lower branches of fir or spruce, or even leaf trees, you can always find some dry wood. If something fell down but doesn't lie on the ground directly, you can also use this as kindling. And you actually, that the thing with battening in a survival situation is, well, if you need to batten and you risk your primary tool, well, you might be in such a great fix that you need to get moving. And anyway, and in a lot of situations, staying on the move and staying on getting out of the wilderness is the way to go in most scenarios. And those scenarios where you suffer from a plane crash and where you're in a plane crash, suffer from a plane crash. Yeah, if words were my language. You, especially then, you need to improvise tools from stuff that's lying around, or rocks and stones, in order not to risk your primary tool. And in most plane crashes these days, you will not have a knife at all, because it's forbidden to have one. On y soit qui mal y pense, but restrain, Fimbulmerk, restrain. But on the other hand, this is not, traveling by plane is still one of the safest ways to travel, and so it can happen, of course, and this prepared mind is the key tool to survival. But this is something what really drives me up the wall about this so-called survival scene and talking about survival. I hope I can make a video soon about something that really happened and that was a real survival scenario and that didn't involve any kind of backpack tarp, cooking implement, knife, or anything at all. Most survival scenarios are something you can prevent with a bottle of water, with some basic medical knowledge and knowledge of first aid. Those are the most common survival scenarios. Or if you're in a building and there's an earthquake, what you do, or if you're in a car crash, what to do, and if you're in maybe even a terroristic assault. But you know, there are things you don't want to think about the bad things all the time. You need to be prepared. That's not what I'm saying, but this is what is in your mind, not in your pocket. And that said, I don't primarily carry a knife because I would need it for most survival scenarios. But I carry a knife because it's good for my mental health to sit in the woods and whittle things, and that's maybe in our times that's more of a realistic survival scenario, keeping your sanity in the onslaught of the next media catastrophe news or something, and how to disconcern some the bullshit from the real threats. And well, another topic. What you can see, I'm whittling away all that constantly, and in order to show you that the use of this knife is really intuitive. And if I'm doing this here, drilling with a tip is a cinch. It's not, the tip isn't too broad. The Scandi grind is just delicious, and I haven't sharpened it to date, even though I used it for a lot of carving. Really holds an edge really good, really well, and it's really fun to use because yeah, you see, what I'm trying to carve here is some sort of a naalbindning needle, maybe to surprise the missus, who's really into naalbindning and music. And if you want to, and if you're looking for some nice, calm folk music to calm your mind, go to her channel. It's Trianani Egg, and she enjoys a like and a sub, just like every musician. And you could, if you enjoyed the music, you could even buy her a coffee. I think it would be appreciated. It's not appreciated that I do this, and she will be mad with me that I did, but well, but you can see the really fun thing about this knife is the capability to carve really delicate stuff without too much effort and with awesome control. And that's a real advantage, and I think you can easily put it into, even if you prefer normally would prefer a larger knife, you could use it as a backup. All right, because this is really, I call this the campfire knife, campfire carving knife, because that's what's really awesome with it. Sitting by the fire, and this is why I'm just getting into talking, because it has been on me on a lot of campfires already, and really cool to sit and carve and exchange your stories, and something I really like. It's one of the reasons I do this stuff, because of good people I met, and good memories I made, and this is the thing, why I'm constantly ranting against this special forces stuff, and because, well, how cool is that? The birds are chirping again, and actually there is a deluge coming, and I must keep an eye on the sky, and actually I'm not, I just drove out here, and I'm not on a hike, so I can leave any time, but I just needed a little break, because I'm caring for an elderly person, and he's in hospital, and just needed to get my mind off things. But I want to say, this is a really positive thing. This is something that's good for mental health, and again, honi soit qui mal y pense. Who would profit if you were constantly in code black? Just a question. And I don't have an answer to that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that that's the case and stuff. And it's not the point. The point is, there are really good things, and this is a knife for the really good things. And it is a joy to look at. It is awesome to handle. It's almost like some kind of fidget spinner. It's really soothing to grab the handle. It actually does look cute, and I really I once was fleeced by the police, and they asked me about the knife I have, and then I saw that they were fleecing people, and I went to them and said, officer, I've got a knife on me, and I kept it in a pouch. This is a tip for Germany, because you might want it to keep it in a pouch, that's best. And it's absurd, but well, you might want to do this, because else the Ministry of Love will come for you. No. And I was like, well, I got this knife for carving, and and I had some wood spirit ready, also in my pocket, which wasn't ready. And I showed him, and it was then I carefully took out the knife, but he already realized the pouch was really small, so there could not be a really big bastard of a fighting knife in it. And I took it out, and he was like, "Wow, that's cute." And then we talked a little bit, and actually I went on my merry way because he accepted my legal reason and checked on my identity card and saw that I'm not a felon, and so and I was like, well, he's only doing his job. It's not his fault that the authorities are shit or the politicians are shit. The authorities respect for every police officer who just does his job and just wants to provide security for all of us. I never target these people, these awesome guys, but that's another advantage of this little knife. If you are in the city, if you need a knife in the city limits, well, maybe you might want to leave it at home altogether, because people start to get nervous. It's not in the knives, and I got my opinion about that because I think politicians these days are, well, I have a special quote by Lemmy Kilmister that I really like in this context. I don't know if you like Motorhead, but I think it's a great music dropped by that channel, and you might find some quotes by Lemmy. Doesn't mean I'm an Hell's Angel, not at all. And the thing is, it's not the police people, and they risk their ass every day, and cut them some slack. They are not responsible for the shit show. They are just working class also. And if you carve a naalbindning needle, by the way, and this is why I changed all of my Victorinox, you must be a little bit careful not to split the wood. And I just wanted to ream the hole I just drilled with the tip of the little Helle. And this is obviously one of the reasons why I also love the Vic. But if you're looking for an alternative and for heavy work, I can really recommend the Helle. Even though I was carving for some hours on end, and actually I strained my my pinky by that, so that's not recommendable. But I carved for hours on end, so that's not recommendable. But for detail carving and for heavier work than the little Vic, but lighter work than, say, a Castrum SFK10 or a Mora Gorbei or something, where you don't apply a lot of force over hours, which I did. This is really awesome. Actually, for a lot of things, that are surprisingly tough work, it's also very much suitable. If you look at that, and I'm applying a lot of force now, and as I said, this is dried oak. If you listen to the sound, and hop, it's flew any which way, and well, even across the grain, and it's if you look at that. Well, really long video again because I got into campfire mode. But as a conclusion I can say, actually, if you are doing a lot of carving and are looking for a knife that can really do everything, and you're not limited as to the blade length, or don't want it that light or that short, it's a cinch for detail carving. Really, it's a great detail carving knife, and it's great to have in your slate pack. And then it really works a cinch because of the short blade. But there's a bigger version, the RaudS M, or the Bleya or Nipa. And for bushcraft purposes, I would recommend the Nipa, which is 12C27. The Bleya is made from the H3 LS steel, which is a laminate steel that doesn't work with a fire steel. But the 12C27 does, and actually does a great job with a fire steel. You might want to shit, I forgot my you might want to sharpen the spine a little bit, but if you look at that, already works, and works with the fire steel because I tested. You need to take my word for it, because I was a forgetful bum. As a conclusion, if you want it to be a little more catered to all your needs, I would recommend the RaudS M or the Nipa for bushcraft purposes. If it's just about carving, get the Bleya, which is a little bit bigger still. The RaudS M is some 75 millimeters long, which is about as long as standard Victorinox, if you need a comparison, which is pretty much the middle road for everything. And the Bleya is 85 millimeters. The Nipa is some 80 millimeters, I think. I don't know. If someone would gift us some Nipa to me, I would test it too. But actually, there's not a big point in testing the Nipa, because, well, it will not work very differently from this one here or my other Helles. They are all awesome, and if they are not awesome, you can always contact them, because they just sell awesome knives. It's just something. Some are not catered for your needs. If you think that Temagami is a hardcore survival knife, then you're wrong. Then you would rather want to get some other knife from the lineup, or some garbage, or a SFK, or a Slagsfeld from Castrum, or there are a lot of cool brands around that a little bit more rugged, even in the Helle lineup, by the way. But what I really like is that all of them are resilient, all of them work great, and, well, actually, me testing this is only just to bring it up to your mind and to your attention, that a lot of people might not know about this knife, and might not know about the pluses of the concept. And so this is the whole point of this video. It's not about this being shit, or this being the next best thing. It's not the next best thing. It's a knife. If a knife is halfway sensibly designed, there's no way it will look different from knives from the Iron Age. Enough said. It cuts. It's maybe specialized for cater for different needs, carving wood like this one, or hunting, skinning game, or preparing food, but a knife is a knife. That's not popular, but it's true. And if you construct a knife especially for batoning, you might as well buy a throw. And a throw is always better at batoning because it's designed for batoning and not so. This is the whole point of it all. It's just it came as a surprise that this one is really, even though it's so small and smaller than I thought it had to be in order to work. This was a surprise for me because it really does work, and with some restrictions, with some adaptations, but in the special niche where it does work, it works excellently. And this is what I'm saying. This is a really excellent detail fluid knife. Spares you a lot of fuss, but it doesn't need to rest in your tool roll. You can bring a spoon carving knife extra or something, or another scope or 2-car cam or something, what have you, or some extra band-aids or something. Actually, I do carry extra band-aids in my tool roll because that is where I need them. So that said, I hope this was halfway helpful, and if you want to get one from Helle, it's about 110 euros at the moment, I think, or 120, or is that the Kletten? The Kletten is a version with H3LS steel, which is a little bit more expensive, but it is beautiful. I got this because it works with fire steel too. You see, I'm constantly playing with it because it's just so cool to play with it. It's just the chunky handle is really cool. So that said, I hope that was halfway helpful and you enjoyed the video. And until then, keep your band-aids handy and take care. And well, hope to see you soon. And thanks for dropping by. And until then, see you soon. Bye.